Hi guys, today we are going to see about NPSH. Last class we have seen simply about pumps overheat and NPSH also, but we are going to see NPSH in detail. So what is NPSH, why we should calculate NPSH and how to calculate it. So all the things we are going to see. Now NPSH means, as you know, net positive suction head. Okay, so NPSH means, in simple means we can say for our understanding, if NPSH whatever it is available in the pump, it will allow the smooth flow of fluid in the pump inlet side. So that's why we have to calculate. So if NPSH is required, there are two things: NPSH available and as well as NPSH required. These two things are very important for a pump. So if what happens if NPSH available is less than NPSH required? If NPSH available is less than NPSH or means required, we denote R. So it will leads to cavitation. Again the same story. So we will go to cavitation. Cavitation means nothing but it will form the bubbles. So how the cavitation occurs? The cavitation occurs due to low pressure. It is similar to boiling concept. All people know is that bubbling point is due to temperature, and as well the pressure. So even if a liquid tends to boil, if a liquid is boiling means there are two things. One is that either the temperature is high or the pressure is low. So these two things, when any of it happens, the liquid tends to boil. There is the same thing happening at the pump inlet. Okay, so the pressure at the suction, if it is too lower than compared to the inlet side of the pump, so it will start to boil. That means, for example, we take water. The water boils at 100 degrees Celsius or a pressure of 1 atmosphere. Okay, so we take this pressure at 0.8 atmosphere or lower than that. So then the water tends to boil at not 100 degrees, it will boil at around 70 degrees Celsius itself. So the pressure is having more impact than the temperature. So both are having the impact on whatever the liquid that boils. So now let's go and calculate the NPSH, how to calculate it and all. So we have both considerations like pressure and temperature for a liquid tends to boil. So here what the NPSH relates. To calculate NPSH, we need to calculate what is the head available. So what is head? The head is nothing but it is a difference. It is something a difference between the liquid level from where we are taking suction to the pump center line, pump casing center line. You can simply draw a diagram. So we take a tank, it is available at the bottom level. This is the suction point and this is the pump. It is going to discharge the liquid somewhere else in another tank. So this is the suction. suction line pump discharge line. So the head is called, there are if you can calculate, the head is called difference between from this liquid level to this up to this point. There are two types of heads. So this is suction head, because the liquid difference between from the liquid level in the suction side and to the central end of the pump, this is called suction head. And the same way to the discharge line to the central line of this thing. So this will be discharge head. Okay. So and one more thing is that we have the friction will occur in these pipelines due to the fittings, or maybe whatever the bends and all. So due to complicated piping also. So that is called friction head. That also should be taken into account while calculating the NPSH. So this will be denoted by HFS, and suction head will be denoted by HS. Discharge head is HT, and friction will also be available at the discharge line. So that will be HFT. This is due to discharge friction head. For NPSH, only up to suction will be taken account. This is for your understanding. These things will be also be calculated in head calculation. So for NPSH, only suction side is enough. So one more thing is that total head. Total head is nothing but the difference between the suction and discharge. That will be calculated in meters or feet, whatever the unit. So the difference will be difference between suction head. You can take total suction head and discharge head. So here I mentioned total suction head. When this is suction head. So what is total suction head? Total suction means this also in accounts the atmospheric pressure, or in some cases vacuum. If it is a tank at a higher elevation, for example, if this tank is available at higher elevation here, this goes like this. So if it is a closed tank, some pressure is acting here. So that will be that should be taken into account. So to take this as if it is an open tank, that is atmospheric pressure. Okay. Atmospheric pressure if it is an open tank. If it is a closed tank, that is whatever the pressure that is maintained in the closed tank, that will be taken into account. So we take it as PA. Either it could be atmospheric pressure or some pressure that is maintained inside the tank if it is a closed one. Okay. So that is total suction head. Likewise, we have total discharge head also. In that also it will be taken account like same way. If it can either be the closed tank or an open tank. Based on that, the pressure will be taken into account. Okay. Now we are going to calculate the NPSH. So remember these terms: suction head and friction head due to adsuction, and discharge head, friction head or friction losses we can say due to discharge line, and pressure accounted here. You may be either it is open atmospheric pressure or it can be a closed one if the pressure is maintained with external gases. So simply we write down the terms. For NPSH, the first factor is if it is an open or closed tank, whatever the pressure that is acting. We take, for example, we take a open tank. So atmospheric pressure is acting. Okay. NPSH is equal to, we mentioned this as PA. Okay. And the next one is the difference between the suction line and as well the liquid level in the tank at the suction side. So that will be known as HS. That will be negative. It could either be negative or positive. That we don't know. That depends on the condition. Okay. If the tank level is below the liquid line, then that will be a negative one. If it is, the tank is above the liquid line, then suction will be positive. Here the suction is negative. Okay, so that's why minus this. Suction line, suction header, inlet line. Okay, this is negative. And then it is in horizontal piping, but this piping may have fittings, or maybe due to some friction there will be losses, so that also should be taken into account. So that will be denoted by friction loss at suction head. Okay, so that is measured as HFS. That will be always negative only. And the final thing is that PVP, the new thing is vapor pressure. Vapor pressure will always be going upwards because it is acting opposite to the suction side. So it will always be negative. So these are the resistance. Okay, that's why we are taking it as negative side. Okay, but the suction head it could either be positive or negative. So we don't both the signs. The pressure, atmospheric pressure, will always be positive only. So we mentioned PA, it's positive side. Okay, this is a simple idea to calculate the NPSH. I'll write down it here clearly. Only the symbols. NPSH available. So PA plus or minus HS minus HFS minus PVP. This vapor pressure will always change based on the liquid that is being pumped. It also varies based on the temperature of the liquid. So that also should be taken into account. So let's get into the small problem. So you will get an idea how to calculate the NPSH for a pump. To take the same case, the liquid tank available below the pump line. So for example, you take these values like 4 meters. Mostly it will not be like that. We will take it as 3 meters. Okay. So distance between the liquid line to the pump casing at the inlet. Going this side, going to back. So this is the meter. So HS NPSH available we are going to calculate. For this pump NPSH, there is a thing called NPSH required, I told you. This will be if you are a pump manufacturer, these things are calculated and given by the client who is going to buy the pump from you. So he will give, for example, he is giving my NPSH required is 3 meters. So we have to check it, whether it is right or not. We can check it. So NPSH, as I told you, this is open tank. So atmospheric pressure will be there. So 1 atmosphere, you cannot write the units always should be in the same unit. So for atmospheric pressure it is 1 atmosphere or equal to 1 bar approximately. So that will be equal to 10 meters. So we take it as, first we write down the formula. It is suction lift. So it is lifting the liquid. So that's why it is called suction lift. This is suction lift case. So PA is negative sign. HS friction will always be negative, and PVP. Now we take the case PA is equal to atmospheric pressure. So take it as 10 meters. minus HS is 3 meters. You take this length as 1 meter. Okay, length of the pipe. Mostly the suction length will always be reduced to reduce the impact of cavitation or to avoid the cavitation. So 1 meter. Rain vapor pressure. So the water is being pumped at, you take the cases, if it is having some temperature, it will be giving more impact. If the temperature is normal, so we don't need to worry about the vapor pressure. Here we take the case as normal atmospheric pressure. So rain vapor pressure is 1 meter, we take it as. Okay, there won't be much pressure. For example, mostly it will be around 0.1 bar. So we take it as 1 meter. So if you calculate it, 10 minus 3 minus 1 minus 5 equal to 5 meters. So as per the pump requirement, the NPSH required is 3 meters, but NPSH available is 5 meters. So NPSH available is greater than NPSH R. So the cavitation will not occur. Okay, so this is the case. We are taking the same case but calculating with different values. You take the case as closed tank. If it is a closed tank at higher level.
2 minutes.
Okay, so to take the same case, here the pressure may be around, you calculate as 0.3 bar, that is maintained. You should always take the pressure as absolute pressure. Okay, so if you go for absolute pressure, 0.3 bar means it will be in meters. 3 meters is equal to 0.3 bar. And from the liquid level to the suction line, this will be positive. So you take it as, for example, 2.5 meters, and HFS will be similarly 1 meter. So you calculate this one. PA NPSH A is equal to PA plus HS minus HFS. The vapor pressure, it is a closed tank, we don't need to much worry about that because this pressure we have calculated. Plus minus PVP. So it won't come, no need to calculate this one. So the total impact is here. NPSH is 0.2, so 3 meters plus HFS is 2.5, and sorry, HS is 2.5, HFS is 1 meter. So if you calculate this one, 5.5 minus 1, 4.5 meters. So if the pump is given, for example, the required NPSH is equal to 6 meters, then the cavitation will occur because NPSH R required is higher than NPSH available. So if the NPSH R is equal to 4 meters, then the calculation is okay, the cavitation won't occur. Okay, so like this you can calculate the NPSH. That's it. If you have any doubts on NPSH for further calculations of in case of vacuum or in these different conditions, so you can ask it in the comment box. I will teach you. Thank you. Okay.